Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be rounding up our lessons in HTML and CSS. And to do this, we are going to be looking at other elements of the HTML. On Saturday, we looked at the various elements of the form. There we have the radio button, the checkbox, the text area, and the rest of them. Today we're going to be looking at other elements of the HTML where we have something like if you want to bold in your text, if you want to emphasize it, if you want to have a list other than another list. We're going to have a brief summary of all the elements that we have. Then immediately after that, we're going to quickly look at what it says. Then we're going to go do a project. And in doing the project, we're going to be learning the flexbox in CSS and grid system in CSS. So we're going to be using the project to learn how to implement flexbox and grid system. So let's quickly get started. I'm going to share my screen so that we can get started immediately. Okay. So please open up your working folder. This is my working folder. I'm in Austin. This is the folder we are working on. So I'll just click on this very last one so that I can easily go to new file. So elements.html. So that's the file where I'm gonna have the element.
So come and do this class on. Come and do this class on HTML. Come and partake in this class on HTML. Are you busy?
So I'll quickly. Okay, so these are the various elements that we're going to be learning. H1, all of us know what H1 is. Abbreviation, if you want to abbreviate something,
Yes, now.
this is the code that you use, elements that you use for abbreviation, ABBR. If you want to fix in an acronym, this is the tag that you use, this is the element, acronym, title equal to, then you put what the acronym is. Then when somebody hovers over the acronym, you should be able to see this. If you want your letter to be bold, this is what you use for bold. If you want it to be big, not just bold but big, this is the tag for big. If you want what you are writing to be in block quotes, this is what you have. If you want it centered, this is the tag for centering. This is the tag for emphasizing. This is the tag for putting something in italics. This is the tag for paragraph. We've already done this. This is the tag for quotes. You want something in strong, small, subscript, superscript. If you want a line to be drawn across something, this image, you already know what this image is for.
How many questions can I ask you?
Oh, I can ask you.
So if you want to have
a
table, you can use this for table. You can use this for another list. We've looked at this already for other lists and this for another list. So those are the various tags or elements in HTML. This is a summary of all of them. And to bring them up into something, how do we do that? We can simply put it in HTML tag. Then we have our, what do we have inside our HTML? We have what? We have the head tag. Then inside the head tag, what do we have there? We have the what? Title tag, isn't it? So what do we call this? I can simply call this what? HTML elements. Okay. So after the header, what do we have? We have the what? Body, isn't it? So inside the body is where we now have all these codes. So I'm going to pick up all these codes immediately. Right click and say cuts. And put them inside the what? Body. See that, huh? It's as simple as that. So once you do Control S to save, I can right click and now say what? Open with live server. So that I'll see these various. Okay. Okay, so you can see all of them. including the picture that I referenced, but they are not, they're almost on the same line, so you will not understand their various. So who can tell me what to do to put them on single line? A break, that's what I should do. So I simply do what? BR, isn't it? So that I can see each of them where they are supposed to be. So I will just copy this BR code. At the back of abbreviation, I put it there. Each of them, I put it there so that they will be on what? Different lines, so that you will notice the function each of the tasks is done. Okay, go down. Okay, I think that's about it. I'll save now. Okay, you can see once I save, you can see all of them. This is for the abbreviation. This is for acronym. This is for bold. This is for big, isn't it? This is for center, italics, strike through, emphasize, subscript, superscript, image, table, on other list, and we'll have our write up down here. Okay, so these are the various HTML elements. You need to know what they are used for, all of them. Anyone you want to use, you want to bring in abbreviation, this is how you bring in abbreviation. If you want to bring in acronym, this is how you bring it in. If you want to bring in bold, this is how you bring it in. So take note of each of them. So if I scroll this list side, you can see them. So this is the first one, which is what? Head 1. Can you see head 1? Can you see the head 1? This is the head 1. That will have text to draw attention. Can you see text to draw attention? It's appearing like this because we enclose it inside head 1 tag. Then abbreviation, this is it, something to abbreviate. Can we see that? Then acronym, you use the tag what? Acronym, that's what you use. So this is the acronym. Can you see? Or as my cursor is on it, can you see what it's showing me as soon as possible? Can you see that? Why is it showing me as soon as possible? Because that's what I put here. And that's the full meaning of whataap, isn't it? If you change what is here as soon as, if you change this as soon as needed, and you do Control S to save, you could put your cursor here. Can you see as soon as needed? Can you see that? And then in that case, it's no longer whataap, it's now SN, isn't it? But there's nothing like that. So that's how you put acronym. If you want to put bold, this one, I want to be bold. That's for this, B. Is that clear? If you want it to be big, big is different from bold. Big is simply the letter is big. Can you see that? So that means anything you put in here, it mustn't be I want to be bold. If you go just come here and put Ola and save, that Ola will be bold now. Can you see Ola is coming out bold? You understand? Why we wrote it the same thing as here is for you to understand what it's doing. Is that clear? This I want to be big. If you come here and put Jegede, you understand? Then you save, that big will not be Jegede. You understand? So once you want what you want to be, you want to write to be big, make sure you enclose it in this big tab. Do we understand what we're doing, huh? So it's not, it doesn't actually mean that it must be, I want you to be bold and I want you to be big. You understand? But it's just that what is written inside is explaining the tag that is surrounding it. Is that clear? Then block quotes, this is what we call block quotes. Can you see the block quotes? It's almost like if you want to write something like code, you don't want it to change, you put it inside block quote. Center is this one. Can you see your center? Center me. We've already used this before. If you want something to be emphasized, understand? Emphasize is almost like italics. You understand? Then you use this one. If you want paragraph, you use the P. If you want quotes, if you want line to be struck, this line to be struck. You understand? If you want strong, That's this next one, strongest. If you want subscript, superscript, all the tags you need, all of them are summarized there. Is that clear? So quickly drop this, and you can see this in this code is already on our website. Check it out. Let me open it up on the website. You can simply go grab it from there. So if you go to tclassified.com, okay, you go to blogs, then you go to HTML extended, then you scroll down to the last, that's where you get it. So all of it are already there. I just had to give you all of these because we are summarizing HTML and CSS class today. Okay, so this is it, HTML elements, and these are the codes that I just put. So lastly, before we close, we are supposed to look at what padding is in CSS. Padding and margin. I want you to understand the difference between padding and margin. And I want to explain this for you. I told you if you want to understand CSS and HTML very well, you have a wonderful resources in W3 schools. W3 schools, you can get there, you learn a lot of things. So this is CSS margin. When you're talking about margin, you're talking about outside the surrounding of what you have. But when you're talking about padding, you're talking about the space between the surrounding and the write-up. Do you understand this? Because I'll use this in the next project that we are going. When you say padding 20, it means the space between this and the write-up. Is that clear? But when you say margin 20, it simply means the space between the border and the rest of any other thing in the surrounding. Is that clear? So take note of this thing so that before we now get to the next thing. So the next thing we're going to do is our project. Once you're done doing that, so once you get to blog as well, if you get to blog, you see where I just updated HTML project. So we're going to be building a project now. We're creating a website using HTML and CSS. And we're going to create this website, explain it. It's very cute website, very fascinating. So this is the HTML for it. This is the index.html, and this is the CSS for it. So you simply create a new folder, call it HTML project. Then have your index.html and what? Style.css. So quickly create that now so that we can look at it, explain it, and get this done. Remember, everything you want is in Christ Jesus. The easiest way to success is by being a born again. See you when I see you. Quickly do this project so that when I hook up again, I'll explain to you what each and every one of them. This project is actually from what we've learned so far. Everything there we've learned already. But you're going to understand how to easily use HTML and CSS to build out a web page and host it on Netlify. So after working on this website, we're going to host it on Netlify so that anybody can access it from any place. See you when I see you. Thank you.